dead don't always stay buried. Sometimes they come home, and worse, sometimes we let them in. It happened in a gray town at the edge of nowhere, a place where the wind stung like needles and the sky never looked quite right. Even in summer, the trees stood bare. The town was called Briar Hollow. Nothing special. A few streets, a gas station, a graveyard older than memory. Our story centers on a woman named Elise Winters, 40-3. Widow. Her son, Liam, died in a car crash 3 months ago. Hadn't spoken much since. Neighbors said she still set a place for him at the table, still folded his laundry, still whispered good night. Her brother, Mark, lived nearby. He checked in on her sometimes, but mostly she was alone. Then one night, everything changed. It started with a buzzing faint, just under the ears. Every radio station in Briar Hollow turned to static. Phones lost signal. Even the birds stopped chirping. People got headaches. Lights flickered. Then that night, Elise heard a knock at the door. Not loud, just 3 soft taps. She opened it. No one there, but the porch light flickered, and on the doormat was a small, muddy handprint. The next night, same knock, same stillness. Elise didn't open the door this time, but through the peephole she saw a small shadow walk across the yard, barefoot, limping, wearing a red jacket. Liam's red jacket. She gasped, and from the shadows a voice whispered, "It's cold, Mama. Let me in." Elise opened the door slowly, carefully, and there he was, Liam. Same eyes, same curls, same sweet crooked smile, but his skin was pale, wet, like he'd been pulled from deep water. He didn't blink, his chest didn't rise, but he looked at her and said, "I came back, like you wanted." She took a step forward, but Mark grabbed her from behind. He'd been watching from the driveway. "That's not him," he hissed. Liam turned and smiled too wide. His voice dropped, layered and slow. "You're not supposed to be here." Then he vanished, just gone. Over the next 2 days, it got worse. Graves opened quietly, cleanly. No digging, no clawing, just lifted lids. Bodies missing. Some people claimed they saw loved ones sitting on porches, waiting outside bedroom windows, just watching. Some let them in. They never came out. Mark found records hidden in the church basement, old journal pages from 1871. It happened before. Same buzzing, same whispers. Back then, they called it the cold calling. The dead returned, but not whole, not human. They fed on grief, fed on memory. If you accepted them, if you touched them, they hollowed you out. One man wrote, "The more I hold her hand, the less I remember her alive. Only know her dead." Mark begged Elise to leave. She wouldn't. She said, "If there's a chance it's really him, how can I turn him away?" Mark whispered, "Because it's not. It just knows what Liam smelled like." That night, Mark heard tapping on his window. He pulled the curtain back. His mother stood in the yard. She died when he was 15. She was singing his lullaby, voice dry, cracking, like broken glass grinding in her throat. He fell to his knees. Elise let Liam in. She told him to sit. He sat. She made him soup. He didn't eat. He just stared. Hours passed. He never moved, never spoke, until midnight. Then he said, "Where's Daddy?" Elise cried. "You know where." Liam tilted his head. Then the kitchen lights exploded, and dozens of voices screamed, "He belongs with US." Mark burst in through the back door. Saw Liam, but not Liam. Black, gaping mouth opened across his face. Rows of teeth, endless. Hands, too many, gripped the walls. Elise screamed. Mark grabbed her, pulled her from the house. Behind them, the windows filled with light. TV screens, dozens, all flickering. Each one showed Liam's face smiling and burning. The town boarded up the cemetery, cut the power to half the grid. But the buzzing still comes at night. And sometimes at 1:11 a.m. you hear a knocked out, soft out familiar. And a voice you lost long ago says, "It's me, I'm home, let me in." So if you ever hear that static in your ears, if your porch light flickers, if someone you miss starts whispering from the dark, don't answer, don't speak, and above all, don't open the door, because once you welcome them back, you forget they ever left.